I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And today we're going to be talking about the window of tolerance. Margaret, what the heck is the window of tolerance? What have you dragged these people into now?
The window of tolerance. I just discovered this nifty concept as I was perusing the computer looking for material. And I wish I had found this one sooner. It's a visual. And of course, it's always hard to describe. I'll just give you a quick look here.
We can post on the Instagram.
Okay.
My Instagram.
And if you look up window of tolerance on your computer, 8 different graphics will come up.
Okay.
But I thought it was a nifty concept. This is by the famous psychologist Dan Siegel. And almost all of what Dan Siegel does is wonderfully useful and wonderfully to the point.
Yeah.
This has apparently been around for a couple of years, and I'm sorry I didn't find it sooner. The window of tolerance is a place where we live when everything is okay. All right? And what it means is we can tolerate what life is throwing at us. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the window of tolerance is this is where things feel just right, where you are best able to cope with the punches life throws at you. You're calm but not tired. You're alert but not anxious. Okay? It's when you're at a good place in the middle. Okay? Now, the problem with the window of tolerance is we can't always stay in it. And sometimes we go up the scale to what we call hyper arousal. Okay? Hyper arousal is when you feel extremely anxious, angry, or even out of control. Unfamiliar or threatening feelings can overwhelm you, and you might want to fight or run away. So there's the fight-flight issue, that it's really intolerable and you feel out of control. Okay? Now, between the window of tolerance and full hyperarousal is what we call dysregulation. And that's when you begin to feel agitated. You may feel anxious, revved up, or angry. You don't feel out of control, but you also don't feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. So then you're between the window of tolerance and hyperarousal. At the other end of the scale is hypo arousal, of course, meaning that you feel extremely zoned out and numb, both emotionally and physically. Time can go missing. It might feel like you're completely frozen in place. It's not something you choose. Your body takes over. So there's the freeze response. We got fight and flight from the hyperarousal, and the hypoarousal is freeze. And next to it on the diagram, there's a little iceberg. Okay? On the top of the hypoarousal one is a little volcano about to erupt. Of course, and there's the dysregulation stage in between. This is when you begin to feel like you're shutting down. You may feel a little spacey, lose track of time, or start to feel sluggish. You don't feel out of control, but you also don't feel comfortable. Okay? So there's the window of tolerance and the upper scale of being out of it and the lower scale. Mm-hmm. All right. So what I'm going to talk to you about now is what you can do to get back into the window of tolerance where things feel manageable for you. Okay? And you could spend years on the computer and you could come up with, I bet you, at least 300 suggestions of what you can do. So I can only share a few of the ones I particularly like. All right?
All right.
So if you find your way going either way, find yourself going either way, all revved up or starting to shut down, this is what you can do to get back in there. All right. What to do when emotions or actions appear to be getting out of control.
So this is when you're in the dysregulation.
That's right. This is when when you're in the dysregulation stage. The first thing to do is realize and identify what is happening. And you have no idea what a gift that is. As Coach Victoria points out in the dysregulation stage, it's just starting to creep up on you. If you can recognize that, you have a shot of not letting it happen. So being aware and recognizing it is a big help. If you think everything's fine and then all of a sudden the hyper or hypo startles you, then you're in bigger trouble, okay? So first you want to realize and identify what is happening. For example, you might say to yourself, my anxiety is on the way up, and I'm afraid I might panic. Or I feel myself shutting down and don't want to do much of anything. All right, so I'm going to do some suggestions on what you can do. The first thing you need to do is breathe deeply. Okay, that's the first thing to do when you feel something getting out of control, is breathe, which gives your brain a little more oxygen to at least figure out what to do. And it's kind of Mother Nature's calm down thing. And I took the most simple of the breathing suggestions because the Buddhists have hundreds of them, more complicated and probably more effective than this. But the simplest one is, as you breathe in, breathe deeply and count to 4. Then exhale while counting to 4. And do this several times. And it will help to bring you down. All right?
Okay.
Number 2, remind yourself that whatever this is, you will get through it and it will pass. All right? Because when you start to panic, you feel like everything's going to be forever. Time doesn't work anymore. All right? So you want to consciously remind yourself this will pass and you're going to find a way to get through it. Number 3, which I think should really be number 1. Number 3 is think about the person who has been your secure base, your securely attached person. Think about them. Try to remember what their face looks like and what their voice sounds like. Look at a picture of them if you have one handy. Okay? Ask yourself how this person would help you to calm down right now. What would they say to you? It's going to be okay, Joe. It's going to be fine. You have better lines than I do. What do you tell your kids?
It's okay. You're okay. And they now say that when they're upset.
Right.
They say it on their own, and they're able to soothe themselves, which is really great to see.
Yes, of course it would be great to see. Now this is the first and most...
I want to recommend getting the Coach Margaret mug that we sell, or the Coach Margaret phone case where she's wearing her little crown that says Supreme Leader.
Yes, then you could just look at that and think about me saying, it's okay, you're okay, right?
There you go. Take it with you.
Yes, take me with you.
And the other thing is that we have the affirmations in the course.
Yes, we do.
So you could download those and listen to them whenever you're feeling particularly anxious or in that dysregulation state.
That's right. And that is the first and most natural way to do it, okay? And it used to be the only way that was taught in mental health, and we've kind of gotten away from that. But that is the best and most reliable way to calm yourself down. And people will sometimes say when I ask them that there isn't anybody, but eventually, usually, if they think about it enough, there is somebody. It could be grandmother, it could be the lady down the street, it could be somebody you worked with. Okay?
Yeah.
Remember, I always want to thank that lady down the street who has helped so many people. Okay.
And I always forget to mention that we have the Listen While You Sleep playlist.
Yes.
So at night, if you're feeling anxious or stressed,
great idea.
turn it on. You can listen to Margaret and I, and we'll put you right to sleep.
Right. The next couple of suggestions are from what we now call dialectical behavior therapy. It's fairly new, and it's been especially helpful for borderlines who have awful anxiety, but it can be helpful to all of us, okay? The first one they say is notice your surrounding. Notice your surroundings and remind yourself that you are safe, okay? If we carry some feelings of unsafety from childhood, the minute we feel dysregulated, they're going to come up. I'm here in my house, I'm safe, and, I'm looking at this cabinet over here. So notice your surroundings. Think about your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel, smell, and taste? So look at something that makes you happy. Perhaps your secure person's picture. Put on some music that you like. That would take care of hearing. Notice what your chair feels like. Smell your favorite aroma perfume or your expensive shaving lotion, which Craig has a lot of, Or Gain detergent. I don't know if you've seen the ad for Gain detergent, where there's a lady standing near the Gain aisle where you can see it on the shelf, and she looks like she's almost in a rapturous state. And she's got this wonderful look on her face, and then this guy comes along and startles her. But she was absolutely blown away to another state of consciousness by the smell of Gain detergent. And it cracks me up every time I see it.
You'd believe it cured depression.
Oh, absolutely. And this woman has the most wonderful facial expressions, you know.
I think I might have some Gain detergent.
Well, you better get it right now then.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah. But yeah, right? I'll have what she's having, yeah. Pet your dog, which is a big one. I know people get tired of me and call me the dog lady. I know this. But pet your dog because it's fuzzy and it will respond to you. Hug a stuffed animal. And to you guys out there, remember that you can get soccer player stuffed animals now. You don't have to sell out totally. Hug a stuffed animal or a pillow. Kind of hug a fuzzy blanket. And the reason we say all those crazy things is because it might give you an oxytocin charge, which will make you feel better right away. Okay? So hugging even a pillow. It's not a person, but if you got a person around you can hug quickly, that's a great idea. But if you don't, yeah, these are the things to do.
Yeah.
Pet your dog, pet your cat. Yeah.
When you're in that state,
Yeah.
and you're feeling overwhelmed with anxiety or stress,
Yeah.
Whatever works
Whatever works.
is what you want to do to calm yourself down in a healthy way,
And it's comfort you really need.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's comfort you really need.
A lot of this also sounds like reorienting yourself to the present.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe we need a Margaret doll.
You wind it up, kind of like a Mrs.
No,
Beasley doll.
like a fluffy doll, like a pillow doll.
And you pull the thing on my back and I say, you're okay. You're going to be okay. The situation is going to pass. Right?
I like it.
I like it too. And that's what I have to say about that. Like I say, if you look in the literature, it goes on. You can have a hot cup of tea. You can walk around the block. You can get some fresh air. You can, call a friend. There are any number of things that you could do. But for my money, the reorienting, the fuzzies to get an oxytocin charge, and trying to think of your most secure person are the most reliable ones that you can do. And if you have any others that have worked for you, we'd love to hear about it.
Yeah.
Okay?
When you're struggling and overwhelmed with anxiety and stress, just finding ways to comfort yourself can make you feel a lot better. Obviously, you can do coaching with us. You can listen to our videos. You could get a Margaret mug.
Absolutely.
And
I'd be happy to smile at you on your breakfast table.
Anybody that does calls with me will say, I have a Margaret mug with me every day. I drink my coffee from a Margaret mug.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
I have a whole bunch of them.
Yep. Good.
So you never run out.
So you never run out, and you don't get anxious.
That's right.
It's wonderful. Okay. Anyway, whatever helps you can do. And when you have calmed down, and your brain works again, think of a plan to get through whatever it is you're struggling with. Because we always feel better if we have a plan. It might not work, but at least it's a place to start.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can modify it as you go along. All right?
Good stuff.
Look up the window of tolerance on your computer.
And of course, if you need our help personally, you can get it at my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
If you think I can be helpful, please sign up.
And Coach Victoria will be here training with us.
I'll be here.
But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon. To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.